What's next for Sadia? And do you still enjoy this? I would say that you really do.
Do I? How do I come across as I do or don't? Tell me as an observer, what does it come across as?
You seem just super excited to dive in and talk to me about the things that you must have talked about hundreds of times before. And your energy level's super high, you're super engaged, and you're like, yeah, let's get into this. Cool. So it seems like you're really passionate about this still.
You know, I would say it's more I enjoy talking to you.
Okay,
Than the actual, so it's more just, you know, even before when we weren't talking about this stuff, I'm still excited to talk about something. So I'm a people person. I would say me personally, I do find it overwhelming. I do find myself getting a bit tired. I do find myself, because the thing is, I actually would happily give this all up tomorrow, deactivate and not be allowed. But the problem is, nobody says the things I'm saying. And that's why I'm just like, I feel like I have to say it, because I don't see anybody else and be like, you have hit the nail on the head of what's going on in men, or you've hit the nail on the head of what's wrong with society. If I could find that person and give the baton, I'd easily tap out. But because I feel like I have an insight that I genuinely believe works, I wouldn't say this if it wasn't true. It's almost like having the cure to cancer in your mind. It's like you kind of almost have to do it until the pharmaceuticals take it and patent it. Like, that's how I see it. So because I'm on the ground and because I understand masculinity in a way that a lot of people, and especially in the Western world, don't, and because I understand what women truly reward, I feel like because I haven't seen that yet, I almost have to kind of carry on, and I kind of have to be the person that everybody kind of attacks and says, why did she say it? But if I don't say it, nobody will get the truth out there. So I almost feel like, I'm sorry, I sound like a bit like a martyr, but I feel like that's how I feel. And so even though I find it a bit exhausting, and the other thing with me is I don't take any pride from being big on social media, and I don't take pride from people coming up to me and like, I don't know why. I almost get shy and a bit embarrassed. I don't really like praise. So I find that stuff just doesn't do anything for my ego. But because the bigger cause is, if I don't say this, there's a lot of families going to be broken, or if I don't say this, there's a lot of men doing the wrong things, or a lot of women going down the wrong path. So if I don't say it, no one else will. So I'll carry on until we can find my AI version and I can quit.
And you would.
Oh, 100%. I would be in the middle of nowhere. But I say this, but I am quite a people person.
Right.
So I doubt I'll be able to do it permanently, like where I could just be in solitude. But I could definitely happily like take a little step back if it was up to me. But I think the train, all praise be to God. One thing I thought when we first met, that year was 2023, and I did my first ever podcast at the beginning of 2023. That was it. And so about 2 years ago, that was the first time I ever did it. And then that year I thought, okay, this is just my gravy train. This is just my 5 minutes. No problem. By the end of this year, like I'll be forgotten. It's like, and then I'll go back to normal. All praise be to God, and all praise be to God. It hasn't quite died down. So I have to accept that maybe while there's a demand, I'll keep doing. No problem.
It's a huge demand.
Peter Thiel took $500,000 and turned it into $1 billion using the exact same techniques we're using inside the investment club. He met a CEO, his name was Zuckerberg. He pitched him the deal and he said, okay, I'll give you $500,000. Mark went public and sold the shares to people like you. Well, what happened to Peter? Well, he exited and got a 2,300x return. The wealthy invest in early stage companies, folks. The public markets are for suckers. It's a rigged game. By the way, this happens in crypto as well. It's called pre-sale tokens. This is Solana. Does anybody know this chain? They sold pre-sale tokens for 4 cents. And you can see the date on there, April 5th, 2018. Look at Solana today, folks. That thing's up over 1,000x. The media and Wall Street and all these hype people get you to buy the top. Meanwhile, they put their clients in at the bottom and they use you for liquidity to make their clients rich. You can play this same game. You just have to have the financial education and the deal flow. That's it.
Do you like dealing with your clients more so than, say, talking on a show like this?
Clients. I do prefer clients only because it's like you can see. I think podcasts make a really good impact. Lots of people message me and say, your podcast really helped me and so on and so forth. Yeah. But the visceral kind of reaction when you kind of give that person that aha moment is really nice. So I have shifted it to group kind of ones as well. So people can join in a group or do one-to-one. Only because some people prefer a group and like to hear the interaction between men and women. They like that. So that's why the program is going to cater to groups as well. Okay. But I think the reason I've never stopped doing one-to-ones is because there's no way my impact in podcasts would be even 10% if I wasn't on the ground every day learning from human beings. So until that, if I didn't have that, there's no way I could have the podcast scene. They go directly. Otherwise, I'd just be quoting other people and, you know, listening to a few quotes that I read about narcissism and repeating it on a podcast and waiting for it to go viral, which is never going to be me.
And then no one would feel the authenticity.
Yeah.
And then you couldn't really look me in the eye and say, everything I say is true.
Yeah, but I can say it because I'm on the ground. And I would say that with all your guests, I'm sure you know, it's only the people that genuinely make money know how to make money, or they genuinely know how to buy a hack and know how to do it. The doctors, their work outside of the podcast is what drives a podcast. But if you're just doing podcasts and you want to go on guests because you just want a bit of clout, you'll see that their arguments start to fade after a little while. They won't truly have any substance.
Yeah, and I've said there's these kind of wannabe Sadias out there, and God bless them, and it's the ultimate compliment, right? They say copying or mimicry.
But the funny thing in Dubai, because Dubai is quite a shallow kind of environment, I'll always walk into a room and be like, and my friends might say, oh, do you know Sadia? She does a lot of podcasts. I'm like, no, never heard of her. And then you check, and they've been following you for a long time, they know you inside out, blah, blah, but they have to pretend that they don't. So the good thing about Dubai is because they're so busy pretending that they don't know who you are, they leave you alone quite a bit. So that's the nice thing.
Okay.
You
is that because they don't want people to know they might need relationship help?
They don't want to come across like a fan, or they don't want to, which
okay.
I would never think. I would never think you're a fan just because it just means you've got Wi-Fi. You just
everybody knows.
Yeah,
who you are.
everybody knows.
When I say Sadia, everyone's like, I know.
And I know that, and I've got no ego attached to that. That just means that you've got Wi-Fi. That doesn't mean I'm so special. It just means that you're connected to TikTok.
You just
and
said that anybody with Wi-Fi is watching you.
Absolutely.
It's true.
And if you don't know me, you haven't paid your bills, so go pay them. So that's how I see it. But I've got no ego attached to that. But they think that, oh, she's going to get so excited if I tell her I know who I am. I'm like, bitch, you know me. It's okay. So that's why in Dubai they leave you alone. But the undercurrent is they know. Everybody knows.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.